Stop blindly treating self-help books, podcasts, philosophies, personality labels, and other people's advice as absolute truth. Even if they sound intelligent, even if the person speaking is successful, even if it sounds wise, deep, logical, or life changing. Because every advice you hear is still a projection of someone else's perception of reality. What people call wisdom is often just a conclusion they arrived at after processing life through their own experiences, wounds, environment, emotions, desires, and way of thinking. By the time their realization reaches you, it is no longer raw truth. It has already been filtered and processed through them. That does not mean it is false. It just means it is theirs before it becomes yours. I think one of the biggest things I observed in people is the obsession with adapting themselves into labels just to have their identity like a structure or belonging. I am INTJ, I am INFJ, I am an Aquarius, I follow Stoicism, I am this, I am that, I should be this, I should be that. And suddenly, instead of observing themselves directly, they start performing the identity attached to that label. They start shaping themselves according to the framework instead of using the framework as a tool for observation. The label becomes the box, and the philosophy becomes the cage. Even what I'm saying right now is still a projection. Think of a projector in a cinema. It projects an image outward so other people can see it. Human expression works the same way. Books, theories, podcasts, ideologies, philosophies, art, advice, they are all projections of someone's internal world. They are expressions of how someone perceived reality. That expression is existence itself. We are constantly projecting our internal world into something perceivable by others. I am not dismissing self-help, philosophies, labels, or theories completely. Some of them are genuinely useful. Some of them can help perceive reality from different angles. Some can even save people during difficult periods of life. But the problem begins when people stop processing and start blindly adopting. Borrowed wisdom becomes identity, repeated codes replaced self-awareness. People consume perspectives instead of developing perception. Use philosophies as tools, use labels as references, and use advice as data, not as absolute truth, not as your entire identity. Gather information, observe different perspectives, expand your perception, learn from people, study systems, and experience life. But process everything through your own existence first. Because wisdom without personal understanding becomes imitation. And it's not wisdom at all, it's imitation. And imitation disconnects people from themselves. At the end of the day, no philosophy, label, or self-help book can fully define you because your existence is more complex than any framework created to simplify human behavior. The goal should not be to find a box to belong in. The goal should be to perceive yourself clearly enough that you no longer needed one.